That was my dad.
That's why you should know
my dad. And he comes home, I'm like, Dad, where's the food? There's no food in the fridge. He's like, oh, I've been emceeing in a nightclub. Ain't gonna feed me, is it?
You know what?
This debate is come off the back of Griminal putting out a tweet stating that he is quitting music, which at the time now he said he's coming back for the throne, so it's not, yeah, he's coming back for the throne, so that's not necessarily true, but it just started the conversation of like, when should an artist, is there a point at which an artist should hang up their mic?
That's always happened though, hasn't it? Like, an artist would always say, I'm retiring, and then 2 weeks later, they'll drop their project. Kid Cudi's done that. Like a Flock of Flame's done that. Jay-Z's done it openly more than once. Like, I feel like that's there for I don't think an artist will ever be like, oh, time to hang up my microphone now, unless, I don't know, like you're Dre and you're moving and doing more business ventures and going behind the scenes and you're open about that. I just see it as a thing where you're there and you're just trying to get as much heat and everyone's talking your name, then bam, there's a project. Go take it. Do you know what I mean?
But for someone like Griminal, who maybe doesn't have as much commercial success as Dre or Jay-Z, is there a point, like when you're at that point of your artistry, is there something that may make you think, oh, I'm going to give this up now and do something else? What would be?
Yeah, there probably would be things that would make you feel like that, basically. But one thing I learned from reading books is that you should never make a major decision in your life while at a valley, a low point, they say. So maybe he's hit at certain low points, it could be certain family issues, personal issues, who knows, maybe it could just be the fact that he's not getting the success that he may feel he deserves. So at that point there, at a low point, he's decided, I'm going to throw the towel in, you understand, because of these reasons. And I don't think, when you're unhappy, you shouldn't really be making that kind of major decisions on your life. I don't know if he was or he wasn't, you understand, I'm only just speculating. You understand? But yeah, I definitely feel that's true. Now, I know as an artist myself, it's that certain times things ain't always going to be going your way. You're not always going to be having the popularity, and some people ain't always going to be screaming your name. So at that point, you might think, oh, right, it's time for me to throw in the towel. And ultimately, it's a personal decision, you understand? I don't think there is a right or wrong time. It's not like, to use an example, and I don't want anyone to kill me, like females and having babies, for example, that there is a kind of time when it's like, okay, well, it's not going to be too safe or advisable to have a baby after this age with females. I don't think it's the same with MCs. It's much more of a personal thing. Yeah.
What was that about the woman?
Let me not go too.
What was that about?
You know what I thought you were going to say?
Baby.
That, you know, with
That
ladies,
you have to stop.
After a certain age with a lady, if you have a baby after a certain age, it's not
supposed to be an MC after you've had a baby.
No, sorry. I'm saying it's not the same as with women or ladies. That if they have a to have a baby after maybe say 40 or 45, it's not going to be safe for the lady. Okay. So it would be advisable to have a child. So there would be a time for ladies to stop, to say, you know what, I'm not going to have a child anymore. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So I'm saying, I'm relating that.
Women are having babies in their 60s now.
Well, as I'm saying, there's a point where it's like, it's not deemed safe, you understand?
Okay.
So
what's the reference to being an MC?
So I'm saying with an MC, there isn't that point at all. with a rapper and MC, there isn't a point at all where it's not.
Yeah.
But he has to look after the baby, male rapper.
No, he's just trying to draw the comparison and say a male, there's never a time limit in a sense that they will never have to put up their microphone. Whereas, you know where women always sometimes turn around and say, I've got to have babies before certain age, I've got to freeze my hands, blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? He's trying to say that has a time limit. Artistry for being an MC doesn't, is what I think.
There's no biological time limit for artistry. Yes, exactly, that's right. Thank you for helping me.
I didn't want to come in and just you was about to get eaten alive.
Being an artist myself, I don't think there's a point that artists should hang up the mic. As long as you're feeling it, as long as you've got the passion, as long as you've got the desire, and you've got a reason for doing it, and send them, do it until you can't do it anymore, basically.
Saying that, there's probably been, I don't know, there must be examples of female rappers that probably haven't lasted longer, maybe because of that reason, no? Don't you think? Like Eve.
Yeah, no, Eve hasn't had a baby.
She's got married.
She's
no matter what, you can even have the kid, do your parental thing and then come back.
Little Kim just had a baby.
Yeah,
what I'm saying
but these people are at the height, like they've been successful highly. What about someone who's
So you keep going to Griminal? What? Okay.
No, I'm not talking.
Griminal's paying her to do this debate, I think.
No, I'm just talking about for people on his level though.
What,
Do you
for them
understand?
to quit? What's the?
Yeah.
What's the,
I think it's
It
bullshit.
doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. It
That's so
doesn't. I
dead.
don't care. It's like whatever.
That's how bad that is.
Yeah,
If you've
No one
got,
cares.
if you're saying you retired and no one gives a fuck, you should probably retire. Because
that's shabby.
no, but
That's awkward.
no,
But you're
that's a
right.
liberty
But
that,
you're
like,
right. You're right.
Man, that's like
You
if,
do
you,
you,
if a
innit?
big artist has created a massive like fan base and that my favorite artist is retired, I'm gonna be mad upset. Do you know what I'm saying? And I understand people are grinding to get to their positions, but if you haven't done anything like for a vast period of time and you're retiring, alright.
I don't think there is a right point to hang up your microphone. I think if you're in love with your craft and your music, you just carry on doing it for however long you want to do it. But if it does come to a point where you're not making any monetary gains from it, then it is problematic. One thing that I can't stand, which gets on my nerves, is when artists say, I'm out the game, I'm retiring, I'm not coming back. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, bam, there's my new project right there. Like I said in the debate, Kid Cudi, Waka Flocka Flame, Jay-Z, loads of artists from a US level. Not so much here in the UK because I don't think they have that massive fan base for it at the moment, but I think that is one of the most cringeworthy, annoyingest things that I can't stand if an artist wants to go and say that, yo, I'm gonna drop my microphone. Like, don't do that anymore, just stop.
Why retire? Why don't you just stop doing music for a while? I don't see why there's a big fanfare.
Yeah.
Just step
that's
away
right,
for a little
yeah.
while and then come back when you're
Get
ready.
the passion, yeah, that's right. Because that's ultimately what it is. What I would say, maybe to answer the question is, if you've lost the passion for music, or you've lost the passion for your artistry, you've lost your way, you've forgotten kind of why you got into it, then maybe that's the reason why you should kind of hang up your gloves. Because I know a lot of artists do the thing, and you're not really, you can't feel them. It's not believable, it's not passionate. You understand? And they're just doing it because they can do it. You understand? So if you're just riding along like that, just bubbling along and like whatever, like okay, yeah, I can do this, I'm doing it. Then maybe at that point you should give up. You understand? Because the passion ain't there. But if you've got the passion and you're 109, you understand, and you still love what you're doing, do it, whether you got fans or not. I put a thing on my Instagram saying it doesn't matter how big your audience is, you understand? Like, keep on putting in the hard work, you understand? And the picture was like a boy playing a flute to a cat, and there's only one cat there, but he's still doing his work and loving it. So
I don't think you can never just lose it and feel like I love it. Once it's within, like it's in your system. I think I'm sure you've been there as well. Certain time you just think to yourself, you know what, it's dead, you know. But it's within your DNA. Even when you hear a new beat, you're thinking,
yeah. I can jump,
you know what I do to this thing here. You get me,
But the reality is, even though you want to be a rapper or MC, you're not always going to get paid for it, and that's why sometimes people step away from it because you've got family to feed. And it becomes more of a passion than, do you know what I mean, than a job where you're actually getting paid to do it. Rapper or artist could do it for life if that's what they want to do. But sometimes I think in life it's gonna have to be a hobby at some point. Like it's not, you're not always gonna make money out of it. And I think sometimes you have to step away from it, do what you got to do, and then come back to it. Like for example, if that was my man and he was like, yeah, I haven't got a job because I want to be a rapper, that's not gonna run with me because bills need to be paid. Do you see what I mean? So as long as you keep it on the sideline, keep hustling until money starts rolling in. You know, sometimes you need to just step away. That's the reality, because who's paying the electricity bill? Because I'm not going to do it.
But
so.
you know, with everything creative, I feel like there's a fine balance, like, of when the right time is to kind of give up your dream or to quit. And I think that sometimes you have to know when to quit as well. Yeah, I think that's hard for creatives.
What do you
like,
mean?
Knowing, like, I think that if you're even with, like, when you're, say you set up a business,
right,
and the business isn't doing well and so on and so forth. Sometimes, you know, you've got to take a loss, you know, and quit and go for the next venture. And I think for creatives, it's harder to do that because you hold on to this dream and hold on to this, and you feel like it's part of you. If you quit, then your whole essence is gone, and what can you do? It's not like a business where it's like a separate entity. So I think that's where it becomes a bit hard, but some people should, you should know when to kind of, I think there is a time to quit. There is a time where people should quit, or you should decide to quit, because, you know, you're chasing something else in your life. I don't think you should do it because you know, you give, in the sense of you giving up, but I think you should do it when you're deciding that it's not the right thing for you to do at that point in your life. So I think, you know, there's a bit of a balance, but I think sometimes you should know when to quit.
If it's not working for you.
Not working out, yeah, cool.
I think you've got, it's a personal choice, but there is a time to quit sometimes, because even if I put like a personal story with me, I used to play basketball and I was heading in the direction of getting a scholarship and so on and so forth, and then something happened and then I quit and went on this path. It's like film directing and it's gone well, but there was a period of my life where I got offered the scholarship again, and then I turned it down, and the people that got offered that scholarship, because there was a few of us, they went off to go to America and were there for like 4 years. So what that showed me is that, you know, if I never quit, I could have had a different life. I at least would have went to America and played basketball. Maybe not been in the NBA.
But then that basically shows you that you should never quit.
But that's
It shows you two things, because I'm happy with what I'm doing now. So. But you
know what it is?
First love, though. It's a tricky thing.
It's a tricky thing, and what they say is, winners never quit and quitters never win. But then again, you haven't quitted totally, because I mean, probably quitting would be giving up and just sitting down and not doing anything at all. So, in a respect, you didn't follow that dream, but you didn't quit because you followed another dream. You understand? But then overall, to answer it, if you're winners never quit and quitters never win, so we understand if you want to win, and that's how Griminal, what he said, he's coming back to take the throne because he wants to win ultimately, so he wants to be a winner.
So would you give up music?
No, I wouldn't give up music. But
it would make you give up music.
Nothing would make me give up music because I love it. But so to answer the question realistically, if it wasn't in my heart and I fell out of love with it, then I would give it up. Me, I'm the guy that I only do the things I really like and I love, you know. And that's what everyone always says. Oh, I can feel so happy. Somebody always upbeat, and I always say because I do what I like. I specifically do what I like. It goes back to the integrity thing. So you keep your integrity, know yourself. You understand? Again, with all these kind of artists, you have to really know yourself, know why you're doing this. Are you doing it for the money?
So do you think there's an age, like if you're like 70, you'll still be
not age, but again, I'm coming from the Jamaican background where man in Jamaica, they're doing this until God knows what age, and they're still on the stage, Mary's Hammond, singing their hearts out, Sanchez, and they're singing their hitting notes. The young artists ain't doing it, and the experience. Go to America, Patti LaBelle, and these.
But rappers have like more of an expiry date than like.
Not only because it's in our mind, you think that, but it's music.
Who's like lasted that?
Jay-Z, look out.
Yeah, but that isn't, Jay-Z's not like 70.
Kanye, Dre.
But remember,
it hasn't been around for that long.
I was about to say that. That's what I'm trying to say.
But they're still big man in the thing. I watched Big Daddy Kane on the BT awards. What's the guy's name? I watched Dougie Fresh and someone else, and the guy come out there was doing the splits, and the guy would have been well in his 50s and 60s. I remember out there doing the running man and then jumped into the splits. So they ain't ready. As long as you're having fun doing what you're doing, there isn't a time to give up. That's what I would say. If you're having fun and enjoying it, if you're not, then yeah, you may as well give up, because the fans and the people who listen to you ain't gonna like connect with them. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
You may be having fun and you may like doing it, but like she said, it's about being able to convert that into money. Like, you have to live.
No, but when you start this, I don't know me personally.
When you start, you're
not thinking money, and you got. That's what I say. You have noticed why I started MCing because I wanted people to hear what I had to say. Yeah, that wasn't to do with anything to do with money. That was just to do with me getting my voice heard out there, basically. And a lot of creative stuff, like if you draw pictures, you draw them. Whether you're getting paid or not, you're good at drawing. You like drawing, you're gonna draw, basically. And that's, if you always remember why you started things, you understand, then it's not gonna be so much. If you're starting it to make money and if you ain't making money, then yes, maybe you should stop, because you ain't doing what you thought you was gonna be doing.
Exactly. From old school, you understand, like, my man's old, fam, like, he needs to allow it. He needs to allow it. Like, remember, like, Jammer had a lyric, like, I'm a big man, but I'm not 30. You get me? Like, these times, I managed, like, obviously, whereas, like, the scene was young those times, there was no room for, like, like, you would think to yourself, there's no room for old folk, for like, grown folk to be involved in something. I say, whereas, like, the scene's flourishing, and people, like, man, are making money from music and stuff. So yeah, man, it's all well and good. Man, people make a living from it as well. You get me? So yeah, man, it's all well and good. Keep doing your thing. If you got love for it, then do your thing.
So the general consensus is you shouldn't stop.
Nah, not if you believe in yourself. I don't mean and you got genuine love for what you do. Then nah, you should never.
I think sometimes you should. It's not the general consensus.
That was it. That was his round.
Sometimes you should quit, and you should know when to quit.
Yeah, and I think that you shouldn't be embarrassed if you're going to quit. Like, if you're a grown man and you've got a family to feed, go and get a job. Like, that was my dad.
That's why you should know
my
when to
dad. And like, he comes home, I'm like, Dad, where's the food? There's no food in the fridge. He's like, oh, I've been emceeing in a nightclub. That ain't going to feed me, is it?
You know what I think it is as well? I think a lot of like artists sometimes are like either like scared to quit because of what they would have to do after. Like it'll be so far removed from the scene that like they might have to go and get like a 9 to 5 where people would see them, and then there would be
there's nothing wrong with it though.
They won't be able to live the same lifestyle.
I respect it. I respect the realness. That's life. Like the electricity bill needs paying. You can't be. Do you know what I mean? There's sometimes it's times to move forward and move on with life. If you've got a family to look after.
It's talking experience.
For me, I feel like as an artist or as anyone in the creative industry, for you to stop and say I'm giving up or this is something that you don't want to do again, it's actually a hard thing, and it's not something that you just one day wake up and say I'm giving up. I'm sure someone will have tried many times to actually pursue with this career choice that they want to do, and if someone's actually thinking of giving up, they've probably knocked down all the doors, they've tried every avenue, and it's not working. So yes, at the end of the day, bills need to be paid, and you know, you need to get out there and do what you have to do, but it's also a hard thing to actually do that, and I think that's one thing that didn't necessarily get put out in the debate. Everyone was just like, well, if it's not working for you, if no one wants to hear your music, if you're rubbish, give up.
That's right. You know what is though, well, what I would say a consensus is quit while you're, if you are gonna quit while you're ahead. Because sometimes people drag it on so much, you understand, and they just drive it to the wheels drop off, as they say. So if you are gonna quit, you understand, while you're on the up, you understand, quit while you're ahead, you understand. Sometimes people drag it out until it's like you're dead, you're flaky, you understand. And then you can't even quit anyway, because now it's like you drag it out so long that you're alive in it, you understand.
But you know why you guys aren't saying that people should quit? Is because you're probably thinking of like good artists. Like what about terrible, like people that aren't good? Because people that aren't good might watch this.
No, but
and if it's not working for you, then
there's a lot of terrible artists that is working for. There's a lot of terrible artists he's working for.
There's people who are good though, and
I'm gonna name names. I'm gonna name names. But there's a lot of terrible artists.
Who are we talking about?
There's a lot of terrible artists he's working for. It's like right now, it's like the year of the dead rapper or dead MC. Just to you get me, just to work. You get me.